What's up YouTube? It is Guild Wars Day, so I am back with another video. This time I am showing you the top 5, the top 4 from KOA, and then 1 from Exilum. The team I'm using, please be very careful when doing this. You will see a couple of my attacks come very close. So make sure when you're doing it you are watching the percentage. So let's jump right into this. You want to be very careful while doing this. You do see I am using those little troops, the ground troops. The reason why is that Dread Drake continuously killed my guys, so I waited till just after the Ares proc, dropped all my guys with everything behind them. On this team, I am running Warlock, Ares, Pumpkin Duke, Skull Knight, Golem, Valentina. As you can see, I'm using Valentina because of that Ares. He did proc a few times when I was running it before, so I want to make sure that even if he procced, my guys could come back and not have to worry about it. So that was pretty much the drop on that. My Pumpkin Duke does have Revive on it, as well as, actually I don't think anybody else does, but War God 3 on Warlock and on Ares. So for this drop here, you want to drop at the bottom. That is an Atlantic Core proc. Basically what it does, it pulls this whole team down to the bottom. You're going to see as we start stacking, once you get to this point, it's over. He's going to lose this pretty much no matter what with all them stacks. I think my SK and my Pumpkin Duke do die. I actually get really lucky here that the Ares or the SK was still under the Ares proc. So I walked through this. Be very careful though. If you're watching that and that happens, I would probably back out. At the time, I seen the SK die and he didn't revive, so I left it. So let's go on to the third one now. That will be the 224, which is UFOSP. This one was actually pretty easy. You can draw the SK out very easily. I dropped all the ground troops down at the bottom. This is actually the first try. I believe his SK comes right out to it. Yeah. And then I drop all my guys right after that Ares procs. And pretty much from here, it's a full... At this point, he doesn't really have a choice of whether he's going to win or lose, just because he lets so many, his SK is already dead. So even with that Ares proc, my SK will walk through that regardless. We'll speed this up. Same drop. Fairly easy on that one. I would say the first two were the hardest. This next one, though, I would be very careful on. I actually probably should have lost this. I did get very lucky. So if you do this, please be very careful that if you kill the SK this quick, you probably want to back out, just because of the fact that I got stacked on him and then my whole team ran directly into his whole team, which you will see here. We get stacking. His heroes are still alive. If my Warlock goes off again, there's no problem. I'm instantly over 50%, down to 70, and just like that, I'm down to my SK and my Golem. He has 3 guys left. Luckily, Life Drain SK pretty much does all the work for me. He takes all 3 guys, hitting him like it's nothing, especially with the Golem proc, and he will walk through pretty much the whole team at this point with my Golem's proc. So we'll speed it up again. Like I said, I would be very careful doing that. If they all try to charge like that, stop it. I questioned it for a second, and then all of a sudden it was too late, as you could see with the Golem proc. So be very careful. Moving to the last one. This one was actually really easy. It was my first one. I did switch my team up. As you can see, I'm using a sniping team. My Warlock and my Ares both still have War God. My Spirit Mage has Revive, and so does, actually, my Cupid has Slowdown. So this team pretty much, I mean, I never have a problem with the Mage hitting buildings or doing too much of a percentage. You probably would want to be a little careful of that. Make sure that nothing happens too bad. But I found it fairly easy. Like I said, this was the first try. I pretty much just wait until they wait till they die and then drop the Trinitar and my SK at the top. So, and this is exactly, now you can notice that the Mage can mess you up, because my Spirit Mage hit that building that I didn't notice. So naturally, Trinitar had to come in the base, even though I didn't really want him to. So I would be very careful of that. But once he procs, brings my guys back to life, there's only 2 guys left, so I pretty much go. I should have dropped my SK a little bit earlier. I recommend dropping it at the same time your Trinitar procs if you're going to do that. In this case, there was only 2 guys left, so it really didn't matter. I have 4 at this point. The Golem's not going to tank my whole team, especially with my SK still alive, so SK walks through, he hits him. That pretty much ends it right there. That gives me the 3 flame once I speed this up, and then my SK pretty much does cleanup. I do run Blitz on SKs, and the reason why, so when he's stunned, he doesn't get stunned as long, and he can walk through and hit the bases. So not too bad overall. I would say this was probably the easiest base of them all. You can see the 3 flame 525. That was the top 5. You see my score is 2,700 Guild Wars points this time. Not too bad. Once again, be very careful with using the Golem proc. It can mess you up very quickly. I did get lucky probably twice on this. But other than that, guys, I am out, and good luck.